Earth shouldn't exist. Not the way it does now, with cities and oceans and you watching this. By all reasonable calculations, our planet should have been pummeled into a dead rock billions of years ago. Asteroids the size of mountains should have hit us hundreds, maybe thousands of times more than they did. Life shouldn't have had the peace and quiet it needed to evolve past algae. But we're here, and the reason might be a giant ball of gas that's been playing cosmic bodyguard for 4.5 billion years. Jupiter, the biggest planet in the solar system, and possibly the only reason you're alive. Most people think Jupiter is just big and pretty with cool stripes. Wrong. Jupiter is a shield, a gravitational vacuum cleaner, a 318 Earth mass wrecking ball that catches or deflects space rocks that would otherwise smash into us. Without Jupiter sitting out there in the outer solar system, Earth would be a shooting gallery, and we'd be the targets. The solar system is violent, way more violent than you think. There are millions of asteroids floating around between Mars and Jupiter, comets screaming in from the outer reaches at tens of thousands of miles per hour, space debris left over from when the planets formed 4.6 billion years ago. All of it moving fast enough to punch through solid rock, and some of it has Earth's name on it. But most of it never reaches us because Jupiter catches it first. Jupiter's mass is 318 times bigger than Earth's. That's not just bigger, that's a different category of object entirely. If Earth is a marble, Jupiter is a beach ball made of lead. If you could line up 11 Earths side by side, that's Jupiter's width. The gravitational pull from something that massive doesn't just affect things near it, it warps the entire inner solar system. When an asteroid or comet comes flying through the solar system, Jupiter's gravity does one of three things. 1, it pulls the object into Jupiter and Jupiter eats it. 2, it changes the object's path enough to fling it out of the solar system entirely. 3, it alters the orbit just enough that the object misses Earth. All three outcomes are good for us. You want proof? In 1994, astronomers watched Jupiter take a hit that would have ended Earth. Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 broke into 21 pieces and slammed into Jupiter over the course of 6 days. The largest impact released energy equivalent to 6 million megatons of TNT. That's 600 times more powerful than the entire world's nuclear arsenal combined. The impact left a dark scar on Jupiter's surface bigger than Earth. If that comet had hit us instead, everything would be dead. Every person, every animal, every city, every tree. But Jupiter took the hit, absorbed it, kept spinning. And that wasn't a one-time thing. We've watched Jupiter take at least 6 major impacts in the last 30 years alone. Every single one of those could have hit Earth instead. Scientists ran simulations. Without Jupiter, Earth would experience about 1,000 times more asteroid and comet impacts. Think about that. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, that was one impact. One. It wiped out 75% of all species on Earth. Now imagine 1,000 times more impacts over Earth's history. There wouldn't be forests, there wouldn't be oceans full of life, there wouldn't be humans. There'd be a scorched, cratered wasteland that makes the moon look friendly. But Jupiter sits out there at 5.2 astronomical units from the Sun, about 484 million miles, right where it needs to be. Not too close, not too far. If Jupiter were closer, its gravity would destabilize Earth's orbit. If it were farther away, it wouldn't catch as many incoming objects. The distance is perfect. Okay, but what if we could just build better detection systems and deflect asteroids ourselves? Sure, we're working on that, but we're talking about millions of objects, and we've only cataloged a tiny fraction of them. The ones we haven't found yet are the ones that'll kill us. Plus, deflecting an asteroid requires years of warning. You can't just launch a rocket at the last second. And even with perfect technology, we can't deflect a comet coming from the outer solar system at 100,000 miles per hour. Jupiter doesn't need prep time. Jupiter just exists. Its gravity works 24/7, every second, for billions of years. Jupiter is the most reliable defense system in the solar system. But Jupiter isn't perfect. Jupiter's gravity occasionally kicks objects toward the inner solar system instead of away. Some asteroids swing around and get flung toward Earth like a slingshot. It's rare, but it happens. So Jupiter isn't a perfect shield. It's more like a very good bouncer at a very dangerous club. Most threats get stopped at the door, but every once in a while, something slips through. Still, the math is overwhelmingly in our favor. For every one object Jupiter sends toward us, it deflects or absorbs 100, maybe 1,000. The trade-off is worth it. Without Jupiter, we don't survive. With Jupiter, we get a fighting chance. And it's not just about asteroids. Jupiter affects the entire architecture of the solar system. Its gravity helped clear out debris when the planets were forming. It kept the asteroid belt from becoming a planet. It stabilized the orbits of the inner rocky planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Without Jupiter's gravitational influence, Earth's orbit might wobble too much. Our seasons would be chaotic, our climate would be unstable, life would struggle to adapt. Jupiter is the anchor, the stabilizer, the reason the solar system looks the way it does. The dinosaurs didn't have Jupiter to thank. Well, they did, but it didn't save them. The asteroid that hit Earth 66 million years ago got through. It was about 6 miles wide, traveling at 45,000 miles per hour. The impact released energy equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. 75% of all species went extinct, including the dinosaurs. But think about this. That was one asteroid. One. And it took 4.5 billion years for Earth to get hit by something that catastrophic. The math says we should have been hit dozens, maybe hundreds of times by now. We haven't been, because Jupiter has been running interference. Without Jupiter sitting out there, Earth would likely face asteroid impacts capable of causing mass extinction far more frequently, potentially every few million years instead of every 100 million. That's the difference between a planet where complex life never gets a chance to evolve and a planet where it does. In July 2009, amateur astronomer Anthony Wesley from Australia first noticed a dark spot on Jupiter that wasn't there before. Professional telescopes confirmed it, a massive impact. Something about the size of Earth collided with Jupiter. Nobody saw it coming. The object wasn't tracked. We didn't know it existed until it smashed into Jupiter and left a scar the size of the Pacific Ocean. That could have been us. It wasn't, because Jupiter was in the way. Jupiter's indifferent. It's not protecting us on purpose. It's just big, and it's there, and the laws of physics do the rest. Gravity doesn't have intentions. It doesn't choose favorites. Jupiter pulls on everything equally, based on mass and distance. But from our perspective, it looks like protection. It looks like we have a guardian, a cosmic bodyguard that's been standing watch for 4.5 billion years without asking for payment or recognition. You've never thanked Jupiter. You've never even thought about it. But it's been out there every single day of your life, every single day of human history, catching rocks that could have ended everything. Tonight, if the sky is clear, go outside and find Jupiter. It's one of the brightest objects up there. Steady, not twinkling. That's the planet that's been taking hits meant for you since before your species existed. You don't know it anything. It doesn't care. But you're here because it is.